What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. It has been a minute. It's haven't streamed since right before OTJ released. Been having too much fun brewing stuff. But I figured it was high time for another live stream because I missed you guys. And I thought it'd be fun to spend some time with you guys, and Chromatic Draft came back this week, and I love me some cube formats on Arena, so we'll be going over some of the standard brews that I've been working on for my upcoming videos, and maybe if we have some time towards the end of the stream, we'll hit up that Chromatic cube draft, see if we can't make something crazy. So with that, let me go ahead and show you what kind of Timmy nonsense I have been messing around with lately. The first deck we are going to give a try this evening is this fun and spicy dragon deck I am trying out, taking advantage of ancient cornucopia. Just a fun way to make sure that we've got the colors that we need and the little bit of incidental life gain, especially when we've got 2 drops and higher dragons up in the top end that have 3 colors and stuff like that. To gain some extra life can help us stabilize against those aggressive decks, which is also why we have 3 Brotherhood's Ends and 2 Dragon Wars in the deck. The deck also has kind of like a little bit of a combo-esque play style, because I'm including a couple of Vivian of the Hunts so that later on we can do things like play Vivian and then sacrifice Tushies or Owls to go up here and get our 6 drops. Rith Liberated Primeval has always been one of my favorite dragons, and I've always felt like he was highly underrated. Giving all our other dragons Ward 2 is pretty sweet. An Invasion of Tarkir is just so good. I mean, yeah, it's not instant speed, but it's good removal. And then if you flip this over, like Defiant Thundermaw is just unbelievable. So let's go ahead and hop into some games with this and see if we can't have some fun letting our inner Timmy out. That's another deck I'm going to show you guys later. The Phyrexians deck. It's a crazy, like, I haven't played a whole lot of games with it yet, but it was a crazy, like, weird 5-color Phyrexians list that top 8'd like an 8-round RCQ in Japan. Palu. We are in Mythic, which is nice. We get to go first. We have Plaza and Stormcarved Coast, so we can rip any land and we can cast all of our legendaries, but we do not have a way to cast these pushes yet. If we play Rivaz, we can tap Plaza for black. Man, I don't want to mulligan and get a handful of 5 drops. I think we're going to keep it and just trust in the heart of the cards. I believe in us. Tiny Bones Assemble. Look at that. Never didn't have it. Plains for the opponent in High Noon. Look. I guess the best option here would be for us to play Gwenna. We don't have any big dragons yet. There are quite a few in the deck, so I can't imagine we won't find one. Let's go ahead and get our Surveil on. There's an Atushi. Let's go ahead and get Sarkin down. We'll reduce our dragon spells cost, and then when we play our we're gonna get Aven interrupted. All right, you got it, my dude. We'll get in there with Gwenna anyway. Excuse me. Meticulous archive for the opponent. Smacks us for 2. Well, let's see if we get even interrupted some more. Still got enough mana to cast the Satushi. Well, he lets it go. Oh, high noon. That's what it is. Okay. Forgot about high noon for a moment there. Tashana's Tidebinder. Alright. You want to block? That's fine with me. Three drop for 3 drop. And getting in there with their interrupter again. There's a Vivian. Well, let's go ahead and try to resolve the Satushi. It's probably getting countered. Three steps ahead. Yep. Another Atushi. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to get a Rivaz down, because then we can start casting dragons from the graveyard and forcing them to counter basically reanimated spells. We'll run them out of resources eventually. Overcharged Amalgam. Man, they're all in on the creature-based counters. Well, no sense in attacking. Are they going to cast the spell on their turn? No way. Alright, that's what I thought. Ancient Cornucopia. High Noon is really being a pain right now. I think I'm going to try to resolve this invasion. We can't counter everything forever, man. You gotta run out of counters eventually. Not today, though. They're digging for more. Yep, they get in there for 3. Handful of counter spells. Let's go ahead and try to resolve an Atushi. Come on. I'm trying to let my inner Tinny out and our opponent's just over here playing Mother May I. I will never understand draw go counter decks. Just like, how are they having a good time right now? Guess they just live off the tears of their enemies. They gonna let this resolve? Nope. They literally have countered all but like 2 of our spells. Counter, counter, counter. Oh, is that the 4th 3 steps ahead? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they drew all 4 of their 3 steps ahead. Like, are you kidding me right now? Okay, you got it, opponent. Glad you had a good time. Where was our Cavern of Souls, man? try that again. That's the sad part is cavernous souls would have just ruined their day. Allegations. What allegations are there against you, good sir? We go first. 2 lands again, though. And a cavern is one of them, and we have a lot of double red in our hand. Granted, the cavern taps for red for 2 of the things. I think we're gonna mulligan this one. This is better. A lot of tap lands, but that's okay. Put the owl back. Get our surveil on. No, we want lands. Cabaret Courtyard, alright. Can we outrun Teamer lands? I do not know. Let's get some more surveil going. Need more lands. Would like an untapped land here. That would be great. We don't run that many tap lands. Philagi Archaeologist. Opponent mills. Gets 2 more lands in the yard and gets an ill-timed explosion. Which means we are probably not gonna keep a board of dragons alive. What you got, opponent? You're pretty amusing if they don't have any green mana. Another Philagi Archaeologist. They're gonna mill some more green mana. There's 1 green mana. No, they have the green. That was weird. Alright, let's play the Jetmir's Garden. Get down the Cornucopia. Well, unfortunately, all these tap lands gonna make it difficult to get over this ill-timed explosion. There's a Nissa. Yep. Opponent's doing the clicky thing. Man, alright. Well, I tell you what. They have another Nissa, so killing their Nissa is not really going to do anything, but I just don't see a way we get over this ill-timed explosion. I'll play Terror and at least maybe force them to... No, because they can just after... Nah, this game is... Because they're going to get back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So many lands, yeah. Alright. I'm not going to waste my time through all these triggers. All right, let's find a good clean opponent, a mono red opponent, a Boros opponent. It's ironic that I'm calling 2 of the most hated decks in the format fair, but I mean, at least they're not combo or counter control. Opponent goes first. We have Brotherhood's End, but don't have double red for it. We've got Gwenna and some good dragons, so we'll keep. By the time we cast the Brotherhood's End, if we cast the Brotherhood's End, Gwenna will probably be big enough to survive it even, so. Deep Cavern Bat. Let's see if they're smart. They're going to be inclined to take the Brotherhood's End because it'll kill the bat, but we don't have double red, so they should take Gwenna. If they're smart, they'll take Gwenna. They're thinking. Thinkity think. Not they. We did find the red, but I mean, still. I'm not going to show them the second red yet. Esper. We're about to see a Rafine. Can we outrun a Rafine on the play? Another bat. Okay, well now they're going to take our Gwenna. Sad day. I love when they get to have their cake and eat it too. We're just having poor luck today. I guess it's not poor luck. I mean, Rafine probably would have been worse for us there. We'll discard Vivian here, since we are the farthest away from casting her. What is our opponent going to do with the rest of their turn? They're playing Tiny Bones, so obviously they have probably like Gixes and Rafines and things like that in the deck. Can't counter it, buddy. Cavern. And if you want to waste the spell, go for it. I think it's amusing that Arena actually does let you counter things. There he goes. He's like, oh, Cavern. Oops. Restless Anchorage for the opponent, so still no double black. There's the Rafine. They're gonna mill us. Ooh, Sarkin. Alright, so Cavern on Dragon. We've got the mana for Sarkin if we want. I think we play Rift just for the ward. It takes the 4. Still got a good blocker here. There's a Skrell. Gonna mill us and drain us. Gets our Plaza of Heroes. Two mana removal, no bueno for them right now, so they get in there with the Rafine, weirdly. I'm trying to imagine what they're... Are they thinking the channel land? Because they still have to pay ward for that. They would have enough, though. Because they have 2 legendaries. I don't know. Is it worth it? No. I think I just take the 2. They might be bluffing, but they could actually Agonjo. And yeah, we'd kill their Rafine still, but Rift provides too much value right now. Ooh, Invasion of Tarkir. Very good. So I think what we do here is we Invasion of Tarkir. I'm fine with paying the 3 for that. We will submit 0. I mean, I guess the smart thing to do is to get the Skrell. As tempted as I am As tempted as I am to kill one of the bats to get my Brotherhood's End back, this is much better. And we get a 4/4. And it all has Ward 2 until they get rid of Rith. What do you got, opponent? You can attack with your Rafine all you like. If our Defiant Thundermaw lives through this turn, they're just dead. They ditch a Wandering Emperor, which makes sense. No blocks. Do they have 2-mana removal? They had the Aganjo, so I made the right call there. Virtue of Loyalty. That's still not good enough. Two. So hold on, so he blocks Rith, and then yeah, that's still lethal. GG's. There we go. Got him. Get out of here, Esperafine. $25 gold, just what I wanted. Carcass. All right, Carcass. We're coming for you. We go for it, man, with the 2 land hands all day. All right, this is better. And we'll honestly, as much as I don't want to keep a second Rith, but we're not casting Vivian anytime super soon. So I think we'll keep the second Rith just in case the first one dies. We do need a blue for this Sarkhan, but with the colors we have, I might just play the Cavern on human. Sometimes it be like that. You gotta cast your Cavern on something else. Cast. I say cast your Cavern. Play your Cavern. Lush Portico. There's a swamp. That's not gonna cast Sarkhan. Intrepid Paleontologist. All right. Man, I don't want to do this, but I think we have to. Let's get down Sarkhan, and then hope that we draw one of the colors we need to cast one of these other dragons next turn. See if our opponent has anything crazy on their turn 3. Looks like Naya Dinosaurs. Another tap land, getting their Surveil on, leaving one on top, and a Fight Rigging. Come on, a red, green, or white land. Or another Cavern. I forgot to ask for it untapped. What's wrong with me? Forgot to ask for it untapped. The magic gods giveth, but they giveth in their own way. All right, they got a Gwenna. So no big scary dinosaurs yet, but now they have the mana to cast an Atali. So we need them not to cast an Atali. Elder Dragon War is not going to help us. Get the swamp down. Get down Rith. Yes, Sarkhan can become a Rith. What do they have? What big terrifying thing do they have to cast? Yep, there's the Atali. This is probably game over. We have too many powerful things in our deck. What did they get? They got a Kura the Boundless Sky and an Oger Koslam. Jeez. Yeah. Atali the Primal Conqueror. Play your big stupid dinosaurs. I'll play one more game with this before I move on. My inner Timmy is hurting with all these powerful. It's ironic because Esper Rafine's one of the better decks in the format, and we beat them, but we can't beat the Naya Atali deck. To be fair, we did get mana screw, but that's pretty uncommon in this deck, to be honest. This is really slow. This is better. We'll put back, push pull. I want red. We need lands. I can always potentially cast Rith later. Another Teamer lands deck. Come on. You're in Mythic. Be imaginative. Ancient Cornucopia. We'll keep that. I don't understand how people have the patience for this deck. I would get so bored. I'd be just click. It's a good deck, don't get me wrong. It's a spicy deck, and I think it's cool that something like this exists. But if I'm being honest, I would get bored pretty quickly. I don't think we need any more lands right this second. We have our sixth mana in hand. They have a Spelunking. Getting their untapped lands on now. And a mountain. Shigeki. Alright, that means things are getting dicey for us. Oh wow. We don't have... I should have kept the plaza. I'm so bad at life today. I'm frustrated. I'm making mistakes. Guess let's get rid of the Shigeki. I just wanted to play some dragons, man. Aftermath Analyst, and they have the mana to get lands back. And they have, what, 4? Sheesh. Which means they can cast their Virtue of Strength. I don't think there's anything we can do, because they can just do this in response to the Brotherhood's End. Oh, well. Sometimes you try to be a Timmy and it doesn't work. Let's move on to something a little more potentially competitive. All right. The next deck is called the Cats in the Cactuses. And this is a counter-based strategy taking advantage of our new cactus buddies, Bristly Bill Spine Sower, and Cactus Folk Sure Shot, which I love this guy's art so much. But Cactus Folk Sure Shot along with Kodama just give us a way to give our creatures that get really big from our +1/+1 counters that would not normally have trample. And in some cases we can give them haste. You know, we could have Cactus Folk on the battlefield and then play a Sovereign Okinekahau and put counters on it somehow with either our Ornery Tumblewag or our Bristly Bill. And then he would have haste because he has 4 power. And Sovereign Okinekahau is amazing. He just bumps up all of our counters, doubles their counters. And it works really cool with cards like Evolving Adaptive and Botanical Brawler because they have a 0 power to start with. So they just, their entire power gets doubled, which is pretty sweet. We're also playing a couple of copies of Anim Pakal just because sometimes being able to put a buttload of counters on Anim Pakal is a good way to win the game. Kahalana Lena to give Sovereign Okinek haste as well. Simian Simulacrum as a recursive way to put counters on things. And then, you know, things like Ornery Tumblewag and Kodama are the other 3 drops. Kodama lets us get some basics whenever one of our modified creatures deals combat damage, which opens up some really nice plays. We can go like turn 1 Adaptive, turn 1 any of our 2 drops, and then turn 3 Kodama and potentially just ramp 2 lands right there. And it's pretty sweet. So let's get into some games with this. I have been having a little more success with this, so we will hopefully not run into such a poor game streak this time. And then after this, I will show off this weird Phyrexian deck that I found that I'm quite interested to try out. We found an opponent. Hoob. All right, Hoob. Get ready for some cactus action. Opponent's going first. We'll keep. Get our Copperline Gorge down. It's looking like it's probably Domain. Let's get down a Beast Caller. No stick for the opponent, so no 2-mana removal. Well, let's see if they have removal now. They've got full Domain, so nope. We will go and get a land then. It gets even better with Bristly Bill on the field next turn. Do they have it to populate? Ill-timed Explosion's pretty good. It's okay, we've got a decent follow-up to that, so maybe not Domain. Let's play Beast Caller. Play Bristly Bill, play a land, put a counter on the Beast Caller. So that way if they have single removal. Roxanne. Alright, that's going to get our Bristly Bill. How was I to know? Alright, so let's get lost. The Roxanne. Play an Evolving Adaptive. Pump the Beast Caller. Play a Beast Caller. Pump the Beast Caller. Pump the Adaptive. And get in there for 6. Do they have a Sunfall? Archangel of Wrath is pretty good. That'll kill our Beast Caller and our Adaptive. Gain them a little bit of life. Atraxa on top. Man, they don't have the mana to cast it though. Drawing a land, not great. There they go. Man, we just can't catch a break today. Playing against all the unfair decks. Yep, nothing we can do about that. I don't know, man. It's always been like I try so hard to steer away from the unfair. Just because I like playing Magic where I feel like I'm winning through outmaneuvering my opponent. And that's what Magic's supposed to be about to me. And so, like, Atraxa is just such a problem, in my opinion. Like, 7 mana. Like, Titan of Industry was a good 7 mana creature. You know what I mean? And Titan of Industry is nothing in comparison to Atraxa. After rotation, the mana gets a lot worse, though. So I doubt Atraxa will be quite as popular. It won't be so easy to... Man, this is a really risky hand to keep. Could be very explosive if we draw a bunch of non-lands, but if we draw lands, this is better. But yeah, I you can probably tell from my videos when you're watching my content that I try really hard to steer away from super unfair combos, you know. Monastery Swiftspear, alright. Opponent's having a hard time deciding whether to attack with their Monastery Swiftspear. Whoops. Well, let's get a Bristly Bill down. If they have removal, they have removal. I'm not going to sit back and hold up a Get Lost for... So it's not mono red. It's the Gruul variant. The Gruul Prowess. What are they going to do? So many options. They are going to put their Slick Shot away. Let's get a counter on this Bristly Bill, get a Kodama down. Kodama does block Slick Shot in case of an emergency. What do we need? We've got 2 white, we've got 2 green. We don't need 2 red, so we'll go for another green. Get a counter on Kodama. Nice little synergy there. Cacophony Scamp. And the Slick Shot Show Off. They do attack. Monstrous Rage makes Slick Shot Show Off +4 +0 +5, so 6, 8. I honestly think we just take this because Monstrous Rage is the best card they can have right now. And it's not enough to kill us. And we have Get Lost to stop next turn. Losing Kodama would actually be bad here. They did not Monstrous Rage, so I'm wondering if they're trying to combo with the Scamp. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just get in with these 2. Okay, if they go to Monstrous Rage their Scamp here, we can get lost. Yeah, I knew it. No. You can't have it. Oh, they're saying good game. Oh, okay. I was like, come on, can they really kill us from 16? I'm not used to mono red being polite. Or rule, I guess. I'm not used to that deck being polite. Kethic, Crucible Goliath. I cannot believe that they're bringing Modern Horizons 3 to Arena. Super excited about that. We get to go first. We've got removal, but no early creatures. This is better. A lot of pain lands, but very strong start. Excuse me. We will keep 6 and we will put back an Evolving Adaptive. Chrome Coast for the opponent. Play a Botanical Brawler. Get in there for 2. See if we can dodge a temporary lockdown. Otwara and Duelist of the Mind. Well, they're probably not playing temporary lockdown then, so we're gonna go ahead and play Bristly Bill. Get this farmland down. Counter on the adaptive, counter on the brawler. Sundown Pass. Jeskai. Uh-oh. What are they doing? Jeskai colors scare me. Don't touch my stuff, man. Leave my stuff alone. Into the fire. That seems... no, this is the better play. This gets more damage down. And then we can play Nebakal next turn and use her to... No, we can't saddle Ornery because he puts the counter at the beginning of combat. All right, Mr. Duelist of the Mind, what do you got for us? What are they gonna do? Find out next. They're gonna scoop. An avid decision, if I do say so myself. Remember to turn my mic back on, like a smart person. NVMTR. They are going first. We have lands and stuff to cast. Sounds like a plan to me. Rafine's Tower. More Esper. Plains for the opponent. Get a first beast collar down. No cut down, that's good. Angel. Steel Seraph. What? What is this nonsense? Let's get another beast collar down. You want to trade? Yes. Trade the Steel Seraph. A good trade in my opinion. Cabaret Courtyard for the opponent. What is this nonsense? It's just like 5-color angels. Just playing all the angels. Lay down arms. Aw, man. We need a land. Get down this botanical brawler. Sarah Paragon. So now they can recast their Steel Seraph. And they can get their land, get a land drop every turn. That's pretty sweet. There's our land. Let's play Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Get that reach. No idea what the opponent's going to play next at this point. Completely confused what they're doing. Some kind of angel deck. Giada. So, I mean, it is a... Goodness gracious. We're getting our butt kicked by some weird angel tribalist. Alright, let's get Sovereign Okinek down. If we draw a land, we might be able to turn things around a little bit. We need to draw a land so we can play Bristly Bill and get a counter on Sovereign Okinek. There's an Aurelia. Big, scary Aurelia. Pretty sure the opponent's just doing it better than we are. Gonna give it lifelink. They can get in there for 12. I don't see why they're attacking with the Seraph. I guess they want to draw a card. Okay, well. Would you pay 0 mana, sacrifice a creature, draw a card? I don't know. Let's get Botanical Brawler down, right? Get Bristly Bill down. Play a land. Counter on Cactus Man. I think I'm just going to get in with the Okinek and make the sacrifice. I should have just attacked with the brawlers. I'm so bad. I'm forgetting all this stuff has flying and that they're not good blockers. Oh, I'm bad. Yeah, we're dead. Maybe they make a mistake. No, I'm gonna give it to them because even if they make a mistake, I made a bigger one. Like they would have drawn a card, but I mean there was absolutely no point in holding back the brawlers there. But still, you can see how much fun Okinek can be. I am DPS. Are you DPS? This is not a good hand. This is also not really a very good hand. But one can hope that we will draw good cards. I don't think I want to go to 5. I think we will put back the basic forest. Let's get down this overgrown farmland. Down a Copperline Gorge and a Botanical Brawler. At least got some removal now. Swamp for the opponent. And a Virtue of Persistence. And we're going to keep drawing lands. It's always fun. Forest and a deep... Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and kill the bat. Let them get a peek at our hand. Can't make this stuff up, man. Just you keep the 5 land hand, you're still gonna draw a bunch of lands. Well, there's a Kodama, but that's not doing anything for us right now. Might as well play the Carplus and Fullers that they know about. What do they got? I mean, we've been lucky that they haven't really been doing a whole lot, but I mean, we've been doing a whole lot less, in my opinion. The end. No! Don't take our... Don't take those. Opponent's digging through our deck trying to see what jank we're playing. I have the sense that Arena's trying to tell me I should be playing Chromatic Cube Draft and having fun instead of playing Standard right now. Phyrexian Obliterator. Great. How do I even get through that with this deck? Go for it. I guess I'm hoping for a get lost now. Glissa on top. Sovereign Okinek not doing anything. Alright. Just not having it tonight, man. Just wanted to have a fun time. The Magic Gods are not having me this evening. Play one more game with it, because it's a good deck. Like, I've actually been doing despite what you've seen thus far, I've actually been doing pretty well with it. A name I can't pronounce. Opponent is going first. We don't have white mana, but we get 2 draws to find any land, and we should be good, so I'll keep. Ooh, and Adaptive was a very good draw. You might actually get to see the opener I was talking about when I showcased the deck at the beginning. Assuming we don't get counter magic out. Sunset Revelry, alright. Well, we're gonna play a Beast Caller. I'm gonna go ahead and get in with the Adaptive. We might as well get these tokens out of the way. I mean, I traded my 1-drop for their 2-drop, so if we draw a land, Kodama's still good. Simulacrum Synthesizer, alright. Well, we gotta be quick. We really need that land. Land would be so good. I just realized that the opponent's playing 240 cards. We're going to lose to a 240 card deck. At this point, At this point, I think the arena gods are telling me to play some chromatic draft. I haven't even been streaming for a whole hour yet. Circuit Mender. Oh, come on. All right. Last game I drew all the lands. This game I drew none of the lands. I'm running 25 lands in the deck, even though the curve ends at 4. The land flood makes a little bit of sense, but not drawing lands, not so much. All right. If I had drawn the land, though, you would have it would have literally the adaptive into Quirion Beast Caller into Godama is a really good opening. So the next deck I'm going to showcase real quick before we move on to potentially doing some chromatic cube draft is this really weird spicy Phyrexian typal list. I found this in an article that was covering a relatively large RCQ from Japan, and this deck went 6-2 and top 8 it actually, I think, or so it came close to it, but it did really well, and it was one of the most unique lists in the entire event. I have made a few changes to the list that there was a bunch of random like one-ofs that didn't really make a lot of sense in the deck, so I streamlined it a little bit to make it a little more consistent. But it's not a poison deck. The Bilious Skull Dwellers and stuff like that are really just in there to help turn on the seed core, because we've got like a bunch of little 1/1s, I guess, and then 1/1s from Miraxes and stuff like that. And then I'm honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how somebody went to an RCQ and went 6-2 with this. It was best of 3, so there is a sideboard here, and it looks like maybe what happened is they played this deck and then they sideboarded into a Venerated Rot Priest deck and then won both of those matches. I don't know, but I want to see if the deck can. I want to see if the core deck can perform in best of 1 at all. So we're gonna give this a little try. Give our opponents some real confusion, because I've not seen a whole lot of talk about this deck at all from that event, despite the article. The article is not particularly clear on how they thought the opponent achieved what they did either, but not opponent, the player that won. So I mean, this looks fine with the opponent going first. It reminds me a lot of my Joda Humans deck in the sense that playing the Phyrexian typal gives you access to 16 lands that tap for 5 colors, so you don't have to worry about your colors so much. Leave the Scroll back this turn to protect. Then we can Annex Century something. Another show off. Opponent's got a Monstrous Rage. Yep. That's a lot of damage. Now that's what I call damage. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and get the Annex Century down. Snag the one with Trample. Get in there for 2. And might have to hang back next turn. Cast this Pylon. Blazing Crescendo, very good for the opponent. Let's see if they can just kill us. Twin Inferno, do they have another land? Nope. Is that enough? It is. Oh, joy. Alright, guys. I am getting my butt handed to me this evening. It might be a short standard night. Not that this deck is super competitive or anything, but I mean that was That was a pretty crazy draw from the opponent there. Bluish bubble. All right, we get to go first. And terrible lands. This is much better. I like double grafted butcher. I think we put the Murex back. Can play the Skull Dweller act, honestly. Get the Scroll down to protect the Butcher next turn. Plaza of Heroes. Up the Beanstalk. Alright, so maybe Domain. Annex Sentry. Grafted Butcher. It might have been correct to attack with Skrull there, I'm not sure. Herd Migration, because it might be a race, honestly. They don't have double white right now, so board wipes. I think we just attack with everything. I should have probably attacked the Skrull last turn. They would be at 9 right now. We've got an Annex Sentry for any smaller creatures they might have. It's like Topiary Stomper. Stomper can't block anyway. So they're just dead. Well, that works. Grafted Butcher is pretty good. I do like Grafted Butcher a lot. A card, just what I wanted. How do I not have 4 Bartolomes already? What? Did I really not have 4 I had to have had 4 Bartolomes. I've played Bartolome plenty of decks. Here comes an opponent. Solemn Gorilla. Why is your gorilla so solemn? I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I suppose it's alright. Can't throw a temper tantrum just because we don't have a 1-drop. Monastery Swiftspear. Smoldering Egg. Opponent does not attack. Alright. I guess that's probably the right play. It's most damage. Another Smoldering Egg. Well, we'll run it back. Do they have a monstrous trade? No. Urbrath Forge. It's not doing them a whole lot of favors right now. Hey, a blue mana for that Spell Pierce. Nice. Let's play Grafted Butcher since they don't have a blocker for Menace. There we go. We're beating up on some red decks. Now we're cooking with grease. Granted, that was a weird red deck, but Cathro. All right, we go first. All right, so this is going to showcase why Omnath is in the deck. Seachrome Coast and Defector Mite. All right, Underground River. We're gonna go get a Plains. Okay, they're playing real Toxic. So let's go ahead and get rid of Scroll. No. Well, their scroll no longer has Seed Core is good. I don't think we want the Missionary. Snatch the Rot Priest. Get that out of here. That they're just like, no, my Rot Priest. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Yeah, it's a weird Phyrexian tribal deck that actually went 6-2 in a pretty large Japanese RCQ. So I'm just trying it out, seeing if it works in best of one. It's been pretty fun so far. I like it. It's weird. Definitely an interesting deck, but I like it. It's probably got a little bit of a surprise factor because the opponents are probably very confused on what we're playing, so that's always fun. We get to go first. This looks pretty fun. Scroll. Yeah, and then it's got a Case of the Shattered Pack in the deck, and then Omnath to trigger it, so that every single turn something's getting double strike and flying and all that fun stuff. So we will go ahead and play this also on Phyrexian. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Missionary. Since we're playing against mono red, we want to get that life gain right away. We also want to try to get this Toxic going in case we draw a Seed Core. They play their Slick Shot Show Off, play their Demonic Ruckus. That is fine by us. We're just going to Annex Entry it. We got Annex Entries for days. They get to draw a card, that's fine. Draw your silly cards. Gain some of that life back. Let's see what they want to play this time. Hey, what's up, Risen Dragon? Aw, man. They're killing our Sprout. How rude. It's got all the Annex entries. We just threw all of them. Good to have you here, man. Thanks for the shout out in your video the other day. Very kind of you. Another show off. Ow. Say hello to my little friend. I think this deck's charm is just that it has just the right combination of obnoxious cards in it. Skrelv is really annoying for most decks. Annex Entry is really annoying for a lot of decks because it's got a high toughness. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I have not made a heist deck. Opponent's going first, but this is good. This is actually what this deck's trying to do a little bit more. Get these cheap little 1/1s that the opponent doesn't want to block. Turn on the Seed Core. Pump them up with Crafted Butcher and Seed Core. Is it control? Is it control? Say it ain't so. Deduce, yeah, it's control. Man, am I willing to risk them just... I think I'm just gonna play Butcher. I wanna play Battlefly Swarm and Missionary and just go super aggressive, but I don't want to just run into... Everything we have just dies to temporary lockdown. And at least, yeah, okay. I'm glad I didn't overextend. No, not human. I saw Urtai and immediately was like, humans! Let's go ahead and get Omnath down. See what we can do with Omnath. Maybe we can force them to wipe the board on the one creature. Opponent's like, what in goodness gracious name is this person doing playing Omnath, Locust of All? I'm actually playing, I have a domain list where I'm playing a single copy of this actually. Along with you know what? I'm just gonna hold up Urtai. Glad I did that. Get out of town. This makes their board wipe better, but we still get in there, right? Yeah, there's the Sunfall. Cavern of Souls on Phyrexian. Let's get the Skull Dweller. And a lockdown. I knew it. I knew they had a lockdown hiding. Oh man, this is gonna be rough to come back from this. We're gonna try. We'll run them out of answers eventually. If they don't have another board wipe here, we're actually in pretty good shape. The Deuce. They're digging for it. Case of the Shattered Pact. Not particularly useful. I'm going to attack with everything because if they power up the Anchorage and block our Missionary, we still gain the life. And if they try to block either of the other two things, we can pump it up with the Seed Core. The opponent might forget about that. Get in there. See if they have another emperor or something. Well, no response yet. They're probably waiting for us to tap both of them. I imagine one of these seed cords is going to get Field of Ruin this turn. They can't have nothing, right? Like, I can't be that lucky. Man, if this... I wish this could be an instant. Bring me back instant speed triggers, man. Everything's always activate only as a sorcery now. 4 mana and sacrifice an artifact or creature. I feel like that could be doable at instant speed without being too crazy. All right, opponent's gonna exile something. But on the plus side, oh, they just have double removal. Come on, no fun. I hate playing against control players. At least this kind of control. For those of you that actually watch my content, you'll know that all of my control decks always have some kind of fun twist to them. At least that they should at least feel fun to lose to, you know? Well, I mean, I guess I can Annex Century this token. Opponent's going to Field of Ruin our cavern. I don't think we're going to play the second Annex Century, but let's get the island in case we draw the one Spell Pierce in the deck. They're at 9. Why are they hovering over our case? It might be. Not the land base. The slow lands are going to rotate. I'll have to look at it. I don't know. It might be pretty close though. Oh my god. Can Sunfall rotate, please? Nothing would make me happier. I'm gonna go ahead and snag their incubation token. They have a counter spell. Of course they do. Wouldn't be a good control deck without a counter spell. Now watch. I bet you they have a delusion hand. Like, we get them down to 2 cards, and now they're going to have a deluge. I don't really care about that. Oh, do they have 2? No. Okay. That's unfortunate, but I get to kill the token still, so. At least her sacrifice was not in vain. I think I'll pass. Keep the menace trigger. Ren and Realmbreaker. Alright, now the grind begins. Dear goodness gracious. And draw another land. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this +2/+1 now, because when we play Grafted Butcher, it's not going to be eligible for that buff anymore. No counter. Come on. If we can just grind this out. No! An Hot War, come on. Even their lands are mocking us. Yeah, I'm not happy. I really hope that they ban Sunfall one of these days. It's just such an oppressive board wipe. I don't understand the design behind it. Like, the upside is so strong. Like, I'm gonna wipe your board. They named Sliver. I'm gonna wipe your board, and then I'm gonna get this gigantic. Like, it even rewards you for playing a board wipe in a creature deck. Like, there are token decks that play Sunfall because they get a huge token out of it. Like, come on, man. Oh boy, can't make this whole land stuff up. They only have one card left. They can block our Butcher, that's fine. No, I like Sunfall better. Sunfall doesn't give them a win con. And it costs one more mana. Like, I understand that, like, Farewell hits more stuff than Sunfall, but it comes down, Sunfall comes down a turn earlier, and it gives the control deck a win con out of their board wipe, and that's just way too good. Like, your board wipe should not provide you with a win condition, in my opinion. Like, if you look at every other board wipe in the format, you've got goodness gracious. You've got temporary lockdown, you know, which only hits things that are 2 or less. You've got deadly cover up, which is a 5 mana board wipe, but it's destruction based, which is really important because it allows death triggers and things like that to matter. Hey, at least I can get rid of their Realm Breaker. And then on top of that, you know, it has an upside, but it's not a crazy upside. You have to have 6 mana worth of stuff in your graveyard, and then you get to surgical extraction something from the opponent. But that card by itself does not win you the game. Farewell, it hits a lot of stuff, but again, the board is empty after you play it, so it's basically a reset. You've got White Sun's Twilight is probably the only one that provides a win condition, but again, it's destruction based, not exile based, which is, you know, important because exile based removal is way stronger than destruction based removal. And I'm still drawing lands. And then it still costs 7 mana before you get the 1/1s out of it. Like, you have to pay 7 mana to get the tokens. So 7 mana board wipe. Like, the one they printed in OTJ is an instant speed board wipe for 6 mana, instant speed, destroy all creatures. I like that card better than I like Sunfall. I'm not gonna keep sitting here doing this with this person. Oh man, if it's boring me this bad, it's got to be boring you guys. I'm sorry. Play one more game with this, and maybe I'll play a couple of games with my version of Domain. And then we'll hit some Chromatic Cube. No, I like literally every other board wipe in the format just fine. I don't have a problem with any of them. Sunfall's the only one that bothers me. Spell Pierce kind of useless in the hand right now, but I'll take it. Restless Fortress, extra scroll. Why not? Concealed Courtyard. Is this Amalia? Surprisingly, have not seen a whole lot of Amalia decks. Candy Grapple. Get in there. Another Cave of Koilos. Tiny Bones joins up. I'm gonna discard the Spell Pierce that I can't cast. And it looks like they have removal for Butcher. Yep. Oh my goodness. We just can't draw it. We're just having too many games today where we're just flooding out. Scoured Barrens for the opponent, and another Tiny Bones joins up. There goes our land. Who knows though? Maybe we'll just poison them out here. Oh, come on. I'm telling you, the magic odds are telling me to play a cube. This is awful. Soul Partition. I mean, if they want a Rite of Oblivion, one of our 1/1s, I'm cool with it. At least this feels amusing. Hopeless Nightmare to deal 2 damage to us. Hey man, oh look at that, Plaza of Heroes. We can protect the scroll now. Yeah, no, I understand that Farewell feels bad too. I do. It's definitely not as bad as Sunfall. Not even close. I mean, any board wipe feels bad at the end of the day when you're playing a creature deck, but yeah, man, the whole day, the whole stream, I have felt so bad because I've just been getting my butt kicked, and half the games have just been me getting absolutely stomped because I'm drawing lands. Well, at least that's useful. It's something we can attack with. Now the opponent has Restless Fortress. This makes it a black and white creature, right? White and black, okay. Come on. I can't. Oh, man. Well, you're not blocking our missionary. Get in there. I thought we were going to win through poison damage, but maybe not. Where's our grafted? we won through intimidation. They thought they had it bad. Come on, they drew way more stuff than we did. We literally drew 3 creatures. All right, let me look at this deck and see if it's rotation proof real quick. I know it's not completely rotation proof because lands, but there's only one. Secluded Courtyard goes away. That's a big one. All the rest of this stays. Yeah. So you lose 4 lands. 4 lands, and that's it. The whole rest of the deck is rotation proof. Not bad, actually. I hadn't thought about that. I'm glad you pointed that out. If I decide to make a video about this, I can definitely mention that. All right. Let's play something. Let's feel better. I'm torn between skeletons and so this is my version of Domain. It's pretty similar to what everybody else is running, but got some ancient cornucopias in here because it's awesome. Single copy of Outrageous Robbery in the deck to go along with Omnath, and Kami War because I love Kami War. So a little bit different than your average Domain deck, but not too different. Let's play a few games with this and feel better about ourselves. Hopefully. I like him in the list. I mean, if I'm gonna play 5 colors, like, there's a lot of times where as a domain player, you're sitting there kind of just waiting for the opponent to do something, and if they don't do anything, you can just tap all your mana and get a bunch of free mana next turn, which is pretty sweet. We get to go first. We've got double white for this temporary lockdown. I'm the Sunfall player now. Ha 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 ha. This is the only deck I allow myself to play Sunfall in, though. At least right now. Cacophony Scamp and Monastery Whisperer. Well, they're not going to like this lockdown at all. Bye-bye, opponent's board. See, this, I mean, I get why people play the unfair decks. You know. But of all the control decks, Domain is at least, you know, it's a little more proactive than reactive. I can't stand reactive decks that are just sitting there waiting. I think Flash is the only reactive deck that I enjoy playing, but it doesn't feel like a reactive deck, to be honest. Let's get down to Spar's headquarters. Yeah, we have been doing pretty well against Mono Red in the games that we've played against them. But then again, I tailor almost all of my decks to have good game against Mono Red because, you know, it's just so prevalent. Gold Vein Hydra, huh? Alright. Let's get this Cornucopia. Omnath is very good with Astral Cornucopia. Sentinel of the Nameless City. Well, that needs to go bye-bye. I think we're going to go ahead and play Stomper. I don't want to, but we need to get some more basic land types on the battlefield to cheapen this Leyline Binding. What's the best counter deck that control the Joda Humans list I play? I love my Joda Humans list against control. Anytime I go up against control, I'm like so happy. Thalia, well, I mean anything playing Thalia. Like if you can play a deck that can afford to play Thalia, you're golden. Like Thalia is so good against control. All right, let's go ahead and get that and another white, I guess. And let's go for the throat, the Sentinel. And binding the Preacher. And attack the Invasion. Hopefully that'll take care of the Hydra. We might be ramping our opponents into something scary, I'm not sure. Omnath also draws us cards, though. Oh no! No! Not our Omnath! Oh man. Oh man, and the Glissa can get rid of the binding. Ooh, robbery. I think we're just gonna pass. I think we're gonna sacrifice the Stomper to protect the binding. Now yeah, we'll sacrifice the Stomper. And we can robbery for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gain a life. Ooh. Look at all those goodies. To populate. Gold vein hydra 4/5. Smack that invasion. How you doing, opponent? Now imagine that this was regular domain and we didn't have that one outrageous robbery right now. Like if it was a track, like we have all the Atraxas in the deck pretty much. Atraxa would have been really good too. Aftermath, Analyst, Sulfim, and Deserts. That's an interesting one. I can't pretend I don't like that. Leave a comment on the stream for this with that idea, please, so I can reference it later. If I decide if I find a build for it, I'll tag you. All right, so we've got our Skyclave. We got a buttload of. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with our opponent here. We're gonna decline that. Yeah, let's get rid of Path of Arrow. Opponent doesn't have white right now, but they could get it. And Preacher is kind of annoying. Let's get rid of Preacher. Let's play their Preacher. Play a Sentinel. Get a land. Get in there with our Skyclave. Odger, Axonil, and Deserts. Yeah. I know MTG Goldfish made that really fun Doppelganger Doppelgang Desert deck. Finding a way to protect the Odger Axonil is difficult though. I assume you would just build a deck similar to the Analyst list. It's definitely spicier than Analyst in my opinion. Okay, they're just gonna scoop. I was gonna play the herd migration, but I was like, why overcommit to the board when we don't have to? Domain is a deck, man. Odger, Axonil, Sulfim, and does it not? Does it have to be? It can't be. Hold on, let me look this up. I don't have the card in front of me right now, so I don't know. I don't remember exactly how it reads. Does it not count damage from lands? If a red source, okay, yeah, it has to be a red source. Okay, so yeah, Odger Axonil does not, but Sulfim does technically work. I think if a source you control would deal non-combat damage, it deals double that damage instead. But that's not quite as powerful as Odger Axonil's ability. So I mean, it's fun, but I don't know if it's better than just playing Teamer Analyst. But I like the idea. It's definitely a spicy combo there. We get to go first. No, deserts are colorless sources, unfortunately. Yes, Railway Brawler and Orobrask Forge. I love Railway Brawler. I don't know. I think I don't think you play those two cards because they synergize, I think you play a Gruul mid-range deck, and every once in a while you get to make some really, really big tokens with it. So I wouldn't say it's not competitive. You could definitely make a Gruul mid-range deck that's competitive with those two cards. It's just, it's not competitive because of that combo. Like, it's just a combo in the deck that happens to work well. But I mean, Terror of the Peaks and all that fun stuff. Opponents, Phyrexian Arena-ing it up. We need a swamp and another white. No, we need 2 swamps. Opponent's got 4 swamps. Our opponent's name is Gotta Love Dragons. Oh man, they're really timmying it up over here. I guess let's play another invasion. And then we'll refill our hand with this Atraxa. Opponent's gonna draw a lot of cards. If they're not careful, they're gonna have to discard some stuff. Liliana the Veil.
Happy to know, but I'm taking the credit.
A replacement for Gala Greeters? Not that does the exact same thing, but I mean, we'll have to see what comes out in Bloomborough.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Gala Greeters is just very versatile in the fact that it can make mana, it can gain life, and it can get bigger on its own, which is pretty sweet. My turn. Cool, we found the binding. Take the Archangel, go for the throat, land. I want to take the Kami War, but we need binding. Get rid of the Liliana. If they have removal for the Atraxa, that's fine, because we've got Virtue of Persistence. But getting rid of Liliana is nice.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
Opponent is drawing all the cards. The kind of Timmy decks I want to play will never ever work. Like I want to build stupid stuff like the 6 mana card that whenever you sacrifice a clue, the opponent gets 2 poison counters. I just want to play that with Bartolome or some other sacrifice outlet, and just make a whole bunch of clues and kill the opponent like that. But it's just too slow. My dreams are always too slow. I always end up having to sacrifice some of the spirit of my original idea for the sake of competitiveness, so that I'm not giving you guys complete trash when I make decks for you. If you guys saw all the stuff I've tried and given up on, though. Oh man, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'll look it up after this match. Opponent Path of Perils Aware, Herd of Migration. I think it is Virtue of Persistence time. Are they gonna double Virtue? Oh, and cut down. There you go. They don't have the 7th mana right now, so I kind of don't want to give them the 7. Or no, they do have 7 mana. I can't count. I want to save the Boseiju for their virtue, though. I guess let's hit the other one. Get our board built back up. Play our virtue. Get back our tracks the next turn. Opponent's over here drawing 3 cards a turn. Still somehow 20 life. That March of Wretched Sorrow definitely helped them out. Yeah, Persuasive Interrogators. I know that there's some kind of deck I could make with it, but it's always just too slow. Alright, so let's take another Atraxa. Take a Kami War. Cavern, Sunfall, and Cornucopia. Did we do it right? Did we draw cards good? Okay, let's get that on Angel. Let's play Ancient Cornucopia. The opponent didn't do anything last turn, did they? Why? And let's go ahead and Kami War. Gain 5 life. And get rid of one of these arenas. Get in there for a lot. This has been a grindy match. Another March of Wretched Sorrow. I'm gonna deny them the life gain. Yeah, Bird will definitely get more relevant. Life gain denied. Angels loses too much. I love Angels. I have a High Noon Angels deck that I haven't played enough games with to make a video yet. But there's still some very good Angels post rotation, but losing Giada is huge. Losing Giada is such a blow. It's kind of like how Angels fell off when we lost what was the name of it? I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 3-mana 2/4 that whenever another Angel or Cleric came into the battlefield, you gain life equal to its toughness, and then if you had 27 or more life, everything got +2/+2. When we lost that Angels basically died. Nothing. Giada, it's one of those things where it's like, man, I really wish they couldn't gain this life. Giada's just so strong. If we had better 3-drop Angels in the format and better 4-drop Angels in the format, yeah, Righteous Valkyrie, yeah, that card was just busted. Take the Murex and Herd Migration. I drew some cards, Mom. Look at this ridiculousness. This is so ridiculous. I'm going to play Omnath because why not? Gain 10 life. Thank you. And then I'm still gonna Archangel of Wrath their face. This is exactly why Sunfall is so busted, though, because this mono black deck has board wipes and stuff that they have access to, but they're destruction based, so they can destroy all this. I wouldn't even care if they wipe the board right now, because I'll just keep getting it back with Virtue. So Sunfall, like, if Sunfall didn't exist, we would see so many more Reanimator decks, because there are amazing reanimation cards in Standard right now, and the reason that hardly any of them see play is because Sunfall just ruins it. It exiles everything. So you know, Insatiable Avarice. Do the triggers resolve at the same time? I'm gonna enter full control and see how this works. I want to say the triggers resolve separately. No, okay, I don't get a chance to respond. Man, that would have been sweet if I could have outrageous robberied in response to the draw trigger. I love this deck. This is way, like, even though there's only a handful. See, like, yeah, Deadly Cover Up. I don't even care. Don't even care. They got our Atraxa, I think, right? No, they got our Archangel. I guess that makes sense to stop us from just killing them. I'm gonna get Omnath back. I don't need to draw any more cards. Just gonna pass. Discard. No, we'll keep the Bosage. We'll discard the Spire Headquarters. Can they find another board wipe? No, Angels. There will be some kind of Angel deck, I'm sure. You know, especially if they. I don't see how they're going to have Angels in Bloomburrow, but I mean, I just haven't figured out exactly how they're going to pull off the whole no humanoids. Yeah, he really does. I gotta give him credit for sticking it out. Ooh, he outrageous robbery to us. Okay. But he's only got 5 mana left. Like, what's he gonna do? Sunfall? If he gets one of our Sunfalls or our Depopulates? Then we'll just make a Murex token and win? Duskmorn, I can see having some Angel stuff for sure. I just think that right at rotation, I don't think there's going to be enough support for an Angel type deck. Duskmorn sounds like it might have some. Death Race. There's a Death Race set? Oh, goodness. I haven't heard about that. I haven't seen that yet. All right. What time is it? Let's go ahead and do some Chromatic Cube draft before we finish things off here. For those of you who are Standard players and haven't messed around with Chromatic Cube draft, you are missing out. This is such a fun format. It's Phantom, so you don't get to keep the cards, but it's not that hard to recoup your gold. And as you can see by how quickly this queued up, it's pretty popular. All right, what do we got? Dargaz, Saint Landa, Stomping Ground, Losing Carroted. Lots of good lands. Screw it. Let's be Timmy. Obs to that. Titan of Industry. Oh man, my brain's all over the place right now. There's so many fun cards in this pack. Got Resto Angel, Obsidat. Oh man, I wonder if Obsidat comes back. I would love to make a Blink deck. Timeless Witness is probably the right choice. Forget it. I'm gonna take Resto Angel. Ooh, Micaeus. Inferno Titan. Man, I'm all over the place right now. Casualty of War would fit into the Daragaz deck. I think Casualties of War is the best card in the pack. I'm gonna kind of build two decks for right now until I find out what I'm playing. Llanowar Elves helps ramp. Zeotora's Proving Ground is colors. Now, see, that's the thing is there's still plenty of graveyard hate in Standard. If it was really like becoming a problem, like Rest in Peace, the thing. And honestly, the Rakdos Joins Up deck is really annoying, but it's really fragile. I think we take Llanowar Elves here, because Llanowar Elves is good whether we play Resto Angel or we play this deck. Frillback, yeah, no, I mean Frillback's a great answer. It's a great graveyard hate card because it also hits other stuff. You know, it's never a completely irrelevant card. Paleontologist, like Dinos is not a bad deck. Like it's definitely not like tier competitive. Like take it to a tournament, good, but you could take it to your F&M though and have a good time with it. Easy. I guarantee you I could probably pick up my, I haven't even edited it, my Storm the Festival Dino deck right now, and I could probably win some games with it. Angel of Invention goes really good in Resto Angel. Pelucranos Unchained is really good though. Okay, I think we're building Jund. I think the magic gods have spoken and we're building Jund. Should probably go over some of these cards just in case there are any Standard people here who are unfamiliar with them. Yeah, no, it's again though, like you just remove the abolisher on your own turn. Because they have to play it before they. So the thing is with the Rakdos Joins Up, it is an annoying deck and it's very frustrating because you just can't tap out against them. But like they have to play. Like if you're playing aggro, they can't beat you. Like they're so bad against aggro. Mid-range decks, like you just like yeah, you can't kill the thing on their turn. That sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Magda is pretty good here. Captivating Crossroads is a really good land though. So is Vista. I think we take Vista. Yeah, like I said though, it's a good, but if you look at any of the websites, that keep track of what's meta relevant. It's not even close to the top, and it doesn't have a very high win percentage. It feels really bad to lose to, but it's not a problem deck. You know what I mean? Like Urgent Necropsy. Soul Transfer is probably not that great. I don't know if we'll play the Necropsy, but we'll take it. Llanowar Visionary, very good. None of this is very good for our deck. Ooh, Obstidat came back, but we're not playing those colors. Darn it. We're not playing any of these colors. Jengatha. Settle the score. Take Jengatha just in case. Anguished Unmaking would be good if we were playing white, but we are not. Big score, not bad in this deck. All right, so we're kind of looking like a Jund ramp deck right now. Daragaz is an alchemy card, actually. I like playing because I would never, I can't stomach alchemy, and the wait times in the alchemy queue are terrible anyway. So I like to play the chromatic cube drafts and stuff because you get to kind of play around with some of these like digital only cards without having to invest in them. All right. What do we have here? Commercial District, Eldest Reborn, Price of Fame. I think we take the Eldest Reborn here. Gold Vein Hydra is very good. Chromatic Lantern. Oh man, there's so many good lands in this pack. I think we take the Gold Vein Hydra and hope that at least one of those temples comes back our way. We've got some good treasure making so far. The only unfun part about drafting, waiting for everybody to make their picks. Where are the packs? Not too far away. But yeah, for those of you that are still with me, or any of you that might watch this after the fact, leave me some comments with cool deck ideas you've got. I'm definitely looking for some more deck ideas, so just leave some comments on the live VOD once it goes up, and who knows, maybe I will craft something spicy and fun and do something with it. I am probably going to be pivoting to historic a bit, at least one video a week. I try to do 2 videos a week. It's been a little bit harder lately with my schedule, but trying to do 2 videos a week. And one of those videos at least will be historic. Oh, great hinge. So good. One of those videos at least will be historic after Modern Horizons 3 releases, because I mean, I can't have 300 new cards come onto Arena and not play with them. And there's so many cool things in that set. Like, oh my goodness, there's so many memes. Like, the amount of memes in that set is amazing. And I'm all about the memes. All the Eldrazi. Man, these people are taking their sweet time. I don't think these picks are that hard. Spoiled spam holding us up. Come on, man. Ooh, Vorinclex, Liliana, Generous Plunder is pretty good too. Vorinclex could be good. We don't have a lot of stuff that synergizes with it right this second, but I think we'll take Liliana. Ooh, the other Liliana. Ooh, old Rustine. This is making my Timmy senses tingle. None of this is very good for our deck. Liliana of the Veil. And I don't think our land base can support that, though. I'm going to play Jamil. Yes, it's... I'm not going to lie. I'm really confused why they're choosing to... I don't understand it at all. I don't understand why they are choosing to release the set on Arena. I think it's just because they didn't have something else planned. So they just kind of ran with it. But it's definitely going to be fun for Arena because Historic is kind of modern, sort of. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the bottom creature card of your library and cast it this turn. Okay. That's an interesting card. We'll take the land. Yeah, they're mostly releasing it on Arena though, just to give... It's gonna completely shake up Historic for months. So, I mean, Historic hasn't gotten a whole lot in recent history. So it'll definitely be interesting. I don't know, like, because they also... So when they launched, I've been playing on Arena since they launched it. So I was part of the closed beta. And I still remember them saying Pioneer's never happening on Arena. And I will admit they've been incredibly slow since they decided that was not their position. What is happening? My cursor's acting up. Sorry. Since they decided they were going to put Pioneer on here, they've been very slow with adding the cards necessary, which is why I'm kind of surprised that instead of adding all of the Pioneer cards we need, they're putting Modern Horizons into the client. But because I mean, they had to do all that work for like almost 300 cards, so you would think that they would have... We're definitely taking a Tali. You would think they would have figured out Pioneer first, but no, they did not. But they also said they were never going to add... Oh, man, Valky, super good. They also said they were never going to add Commander to Arena, and I really think that's coming. Like, they haven't outright it said we're putting 4-player commander on Arena. But it has the last conference they had about their quarterly earnings, they announced that they're really doubling down on production on Arena, increasing the quality of life on Arena, catering to the players on Arena. And there was some hints at multiplayer formats like Commander coming to the client. So, and then there was an alchemy card. Vivian's really good. Gwenna might be better though. I think we'll take Gwenna. There was also a card, an alchemy card. I forget. I don't think it was this set. It was last set's alchemy. That sorry, trying to think of what to pick. There that references a player to your right. And there is nothing on Arena that would care about a player being to your right. Like, absolutely nothing. The only reasonable explanation, because it wasn't a card that was printed in paper. It was an alchemy card, so digital only, no paper version of the card. So there's no reason for a digital card to reference a player to your right unless there is a plan for them to eventually have more than 2-player gameplay on Arena. Now, will that be Commander? I don't know. Maybe it'll be some weird format. But I think it's going to be Commander, if we're being honest. Cityscape Leveler is not that exciting, but we'll take it. Crater Hoof. I mean, it's a finisher. But I think by this time next year, we might have 4-player, at least the ability to play 4-player Magic on Arena. It really seems like that's where they're leaning. And who knows? Maybe they will have Modern on Arena at some point. Maybe they will invest enough. There may be a time when they diverge from MTGO 5-10 years from now, and Arena is the only supported online client. Tireless Tracker is very good. I mean, the greater consensus is that Arena is better than MTGO, at least from a gameplay standpoint. The only thing MTGO has on Arena is just the fact that your collection does have some real monetary value potentially by selling the cards for tickets and selling the tickets online, or just the fact that you can play Legacy and Commander and Pauper and all those other fun formats on there. Come on, guys, we're almost done. I want to get a couple games in with this bad boy. Play both Atalis, why not? Behold my magnificence. I love Nicol Bolas. Not gonna lie, I'm on in the Ugin Nicol Bolas battle. I'm a Bolas guy. Ugin's cool and all, but I mean, if we're being real, Nicol Bolas had a real glow up, man. Like, you look at his old card from Legends and look at him now, like, looks way cooler here. He just looked like an old grumpy curmudgeon on his Legends card, like sitting all pushed back in his. Just got to add a couple of cards. And I think we're... looking good. Got a nice little ramp deck here. Some pretty sweet payoffs. Let's see how we do. Might not finish the draft this evening as it is getting a little late, but definitely play a couple games with it. Cascade. All right, this is a fun hand. We get to go first. Opponent's gonna mulligan into Oblivion with their Emrakul sleeves. All right, let's see what they got in their hand. I'll take the Tumblewag. We need some land. That's not a land. I'd like to play one game of Magic tonight where land is not the reason I'm losing. That would be super awesome. There we go. Hey, okay. All right. We're feeling better now. Opponent's going to play a... probably the... Goose Mother. It's Goose Mom. They'll probably just make them small. Like, that's the thing, is if you look at Duels of the Planeswalkers, the old Duels of the Planeswalkers, they already had 4-player Magic with this quality of gameplay. It was just severely limited format. Like, they just didn't have a lot of cards on the client. So, I mean, I don't see it being that big of a challenge. Artist, Oracle of Half-Truths. They take the Abrade. Unfortunate. That's okay, though. There's a Yawgmoth. We'll play the Great Hinge. Get a Tireless Tracker down. Draw a card. Get in there with our Dargaz. I think the only problem with like they may not it'd be hard on mobile, I think, is the only challenge, is that they wouldn't be able to do it on mobile. They play their own ornery Tumblewag. We're about to Craterhoof Behemoth them though, so I mean, GG. Craterhoof Behemoth, man. That's the stuff. It may be one of those things, like, I'm sure they can work it out, though, where the format's just not available on mobile. If they really can't work out a way to do it on mobile. We'll have to see. But they definitely are hinting at it. They're hinting at some kind of multiplayer format. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Like, I play primarily on my computer, but if I was playing only mobile, I don't think I would be upset about it. Let's go get a swamp. Playing Evolved Sleeper. I'm gonna go ahead and get in there. If they want to trade their Cobra for my tracker, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't think so. I've already gotten 2 clues out of my tireless tracker, and I'd rather them not be ramping, but it is what it is. Spring Bloom Druid for the opponent. Sacrifice the land, ramp. Okay. That's gonna get them some more manas. Opponent is playing Abzan. Old Rustine. Ooh, thank gosh that got milled. I guess let's play Eldest Reborn. We get a blood token. Lotus Cobra it up. We need another black mana. Opponent's tapping all the manas. Mirari's Wake. Uh-oh. That's pretty good. Opponent is ramping faster than we are. To be fair, we're not really ramping at all. We got a Crater Hoof, but let's discard the Crater Hoof. There's our second black. We can get back the Crater Hoof with our Eldest Reborn. Which is pretty sweet. What are they gonna do? Villainous Wealth. Uh-oh. They get to do it all without mana cost? Oh gosh. What did they get? No, not that much. Like, the Atali is really good, but other than that, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. Draw a card. They get a Corsair Crucifix. Ooh, it's tempting to put their Mythweaver on the battlefield, but no, we're gonna get Crater Hoof. Play Polychronos Unchained. Draw a card. Play a land. Get a clue. Attack like that. I think we can outvalue them, even with everything they've done so far. We've only got one card. Oh, no, they have an Emrakul, the Promised End on top. And the mana to cast it. We need to kill all their mana production. Is this a treasure? It is. Okay, yeah. Well, they milled the Emrakul, though. Why? They could have cast it. They could have completely destroyed us. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, no, they milled it because of old rusting. Okay. It wasn't the choice. Perforator Crocodile. For each creature, conjure a card named Stab Wound onto it. Okay. You got it. Cultivate. Gain some more life from the courser. Land on top. More land on top. Lands for their Atali. And they discover into something they can't cast. Alright. So we're going to lose 2 life. Just fine. Our own Atali, Primal Conqueror. I'll take it. They're pretty good hits. Generous Plunderer may just win us the game next turn, maybe. I mean, I want to get these stab wounds off me, so if they want to just take the damage, that's fine. And Millstorm the festival. The question is, am I dead? I don't think so. Well, they can make a bunch of copies of stuff with Simulacrum, but I don't know if they can actually do anything with it. Oh, yeah, that works. I forgot that it puts 1 into play. GG. Stole our own Crater Hoof, man. That was a worthy match. This is why I like Cube. The games feel fun and swingy and powerful, and Even losing in cube doesn't feel that bad. Any minute now, we're gonna find somebody to play. We are currently waiting. Not anymore. Squid 2XOO. Opponent goes first. This is a great hand, though. We will keep. We've got all our colors. Midnight clock. Alright, opponent's playing some kind of controlling nonsense. Casualties of War will probably be pretty good. Island for the opponent. And Liliana of the Veil. Sad panda.
Off you go.
Get a clue. Our tracker, he is tireless. Ravenous Chupacabra. Haven't seen that card in a minute.
You won't be outsmarting me.
What do we discard? The Great Hinge lets us urgent necropsy quite a lot of stuff. So what? 3, 7, 10. That's 9. Let's discard Bank Job. Got Natali the Primal Storm. Now we have enough to urgent necropsy like all their stuff. Itagetsu and carry. Draw 3, put 3 back. I don't know, maybe I just Casualty of War.
Drop it.
Discard the swamp. Artifact. Creature. Land. Planeswalker. Get out of here. Let's see if they put something juicy on top.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Nope. Ashiok. Does Urgent Necropsy like just terrorizes tokens, doesn't it? Can you just choose tokens because they have mana value 0? What's Necropsy? No artifact. We'll hit their creature. No enchantment. Hit their planeswalker. And we'll just get rid of these two. Wait, no. We have to do more. We'll just do the Great Hinge. And then we can draw a card at the end of turn. Opponent's down to 2 cards. Carvek's pretty good. Opponent gets in there. Let's draw a card. Well, I'm going to play an Atali. Opponent has an Edict. Luckily, that does not target. Let's get down to Dargaz. All right, Joseph. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you joining us for the stream. Always a good time. Pile on, man. He just keeps getting lucky drawing all that removal. And he gets the Liliana back.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
What a pain. Gets rid of our Shamil.
Overthink things.
Well, somehow they turned that around on us pretty good. Yeah, that is not ideal. And we draw another land. GG. Come on, man. They just happen to have all the right removal. I thought we had all the right removal. I was feeling pretty good about our game there. My Timmy dreams are just not coming true tonight, guys. We go first. This is a pretty aggressive hand. I'll take it. Swamp for the opponent. Forest. So they're playing Golgari or something. Mind Stone. Opponent's ramping it up. Let's go ahead and get Gwenna down. We can ramp too. Oh man. 2 times in a row we get Chupacabra, man. Not gonna lie, feeling a little salty about that. Get Yawgmoth down. Old Rustine again. We got our own Old Rustine. That was a mistake. Unless they have removal. Oopsie. Think they forgot to read the card. Opponent discards a Skull Prophet to draw. Opponent's up to 6 mana. Gross. Okay, we need to draw land. Oh, come on. I mean, Polychronos is pretty good, but forcing them to... Oh, and a Vorinclex? They should have played that first. That wasn't smart. Oh no!
Waste not, want not.
Looks like this is going to be a pretty short draft, boys and girls. Just didn't hit that 5th land quick enough. Gix, Yawgmoth Creator. Draw a card. Cavalier of Thorns, yeah. Golly, man. Too slow. Well, we tried to have fun. The magic odds were not on my side this evening. But you know what? I had fun being with you guys, even if I did not have fun with my games. There were a few fun games. It wasn't all bad. But man, I'm not gonna lie. I have not had my butt handed to me this much in one night in a while. So you know what? One last bonus game. We're gonna play. This is how I usually make myself feel better. We can't have a good game with my Joda Humans deck. Then I know the magic odds are against me, and I'm putting this away for the night. This looks pretty good. Just Sky Control's looking like, because there was a stick there. I think it probably was a counter spell. Or a Picklock Prankster. Okay, push pull. So is this Rakdos joins up? They play the Picklock Prankster. And we're drawing our lands. That's good. Get the Meek down. So far they haven't milled any combo pieces into the yard, if that's what they're doing. I mean, I'm not gonna... Do they have like a lightning helix? They have no combo pieces in the yard right now, so I think it's probably safe to go ahead and do this. And this way, if we draw a 5-color land, we can just play Joda and win. Oh, come on, ill-timed explosion. I think I'm just gonna pass. Hold up Urtai. They've been the Brotherhood's end. Interesting. Might as well play the scroll. If they have a board wipe, they have a board wipe. Yep. More Jodas. Let's get down an Inti. They're digging for their combo. So far, nothing. Oh, it might not be. I don't know. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Ill-timed explosion. We can discard something little to kill Inti. Well, they got Okay, so they're Terror of the Peaks Calamity combo. They killed their own Carnosaur though. Do they have a pull in hand? That would be the only thing that makes sense. Yeah. Not today, guys. It's not my day. 4 Thalias in the deck. Didn't draw a single Thalia ever. Not my day. But you know what? That's okay. I got to play with you guys. I got to talk with you guys. That's always a fun time. If you're watching this after the fact and you are new to the channel, make sure if you're enjoying all this, you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I do post a couple times a week, and usually I post some pretty fun, spicy stuff. I usually have a little bit better luck than I was having this evening. So, but I always post my stats for every deck that I show you guys, and I make sure that the decks are at least semi-competitive before I present them to you. And with that, I had a blast with you guys tonight, and I will see you next time.